Hello and welcome to another blog highlight video. I'm Isaiah Henkel with Cheeky Scientist, and this week's blog talks about 3 things that you want to avoid doing, 3 things that will ruin your job search, especially related to your LinkedIn profile. This is something that we talk about a lot. Getting your LinkedIn profile right is very important. We like to say, get your house in order first before inviting people into it. What does that mean? It means that your LinkedIn profile needs to be as perfect as you can get it to be, as professional as you can get it to be, especially for the positions that you want, before starting to network with people on LinkedIn. Before you start trying to generate referrals, get your house in order first. Get your LinkedIn profile professional so that it demonstrates industry credibility. A big part of this is, number 1, having an industry credible image. An industry credible image is very, very important. And what do I mean by that? I mean, don't have a picture of you in your white lab coat. Don't have a picture of you with a pipette or in front of a computer or wearing street clothes or in front of a microscope or teaching. Instead, you want to have what is commonly referred to as a corporate headshot, right? Wearing the clothes you would wear to a job interview, dressed up as much as possible, with a blank background behind you, a picture of you with just about what you're seeing right now for me, about a little bit below your neck, up to the top of your head, and have a smile or at least a half smile on your face, something pleasant, good lighting on your face, face direct sunlight through a window. If somebody's taking a picture, that's a great way to have great lighting. But this is very, very important, and we've done a lot of meta-analyses in our association where we've had PhDs try to reach out to people without a picture on their profile, with an academic picture, like with a pipette or a white lab coat or in front of a computer, and then with the professional corporate headshot. And those with the professional corporate headshots will get answered. The majority of their messages get answered, whereas people that have an academic picture or no picture get answered very infrequently. So it's very, very important to have that picture. And then you need to have a headline that also speaks to who you are professionally. What's your academic background? And don't focus too much on your specific niche background. That's what we like to do as academics, right? We like to say, I'm a computational analytical chemist, but there's no job titles out there asking for that. Instead, it'll just say chemist, wanted, right? So you want to think generally in terms of your headline. Think of the phrases that hiring managers, recruiters who don't have PhDs are going to be searching for. That's how you want to think. They're going to be searching for biologist, chemist, maybe immunologist, something like that, but not these long, drawn-out, super specific niche fields. And then you want to speak to something that humanizes you, right? This goes for your entire LinkedIn profile. You want to make it simple, clean. You want to talk about things that, again, people without PhDs can resonate with. It could be something that humanizes you, like the fact that you like to spend time outdoors or hiking or you're into arts and crafts, right? Something that shows you're well-rounded. Not something like you're into fantasy novels or that you're into, magic cards or gaming, right? Because that's going to make you look like more of a nerd. I know it would make me look like more of a nerd. You don't want to do that. Again, just something simple that a lot of people can relate to. Because again, the first people searching your LinkedIn profile usually are not going to have PhDs. And then finally, speak to the position that you want. Because you better believe that if a hiring manager recruiter is looking for a project manager, they're going to the first phrase they're going to type in to their search is project manager. Right, so you can say something like seeking jobs relevant to project management or seeking project manager positions, or project manager or aspiring project manager, or you can just find a way to work that word into your profile somewhere if you're not comfortable putting it in your headline. But this is very, very important to do, and this article will talk about a lot of the things that you can do in terms of your LinkedIn profile to make sure that it's getting attention from recruiters, from hiring managers, from employers. It'll talk about how you can make sure your profile is not academic, right? It's not written with a bunch of industry jargon and a bunch of methodologies, but instead talks in terms of results. So of all the professional profiles you have 2 that are really important, your resume, your LinkedIn profile. This one's going to focus almost entirely on your LinkedIn profile, so make sure you read it, because if you don't and you have some of these mistakes on your LinkedIn profile, it's going to be very hard to network on LinkedIn effectively. So as always, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional, and make sure you go read our full blog article that just came out this week today.